Hey, what's up, everybody? So we are on Provident Metals website, and we are looking at the World of Dragon rounds, the coppers and the silver. And there's some important information that I think you need to know, especially if you are buying the coppers in bulk, hoping to be able to resell them on eBay and make a little bit of a profit on them. But they are doing things a little bit differently that I found out from their customer service department. And I'm going to share that information with you in just a moment. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Welsh Dragon, which I think is a really nice design. And as other channels on YouTube has expressed previously, the copper does stand out. The design does stand out a little bit better on the copper than it does on the silver. But again, you're paying like 4 or 5 times over spot price for the copper. So the copper is really much more expensive as it's compared to spot price than the silver is. But anyway, so if we look at how long these are going to be sold for, or how long they're going to be minted for, it says on here that they are minted to demand until May 2019. And I think that right there is a little bit misleading. And I think this video is going to be very important, especially if you're planning on buying a large amount of these, hoping that they're going to do as well as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse series did. Now let's talk a little bit about that Four Horsemen series. If you remember back to the White Horse, which was the first release, the copper rounds were selling on eBay for like $17, sometimes $20 a piece, which is why myself and other people bought a whole bunch of the Aztec copper rounds, hoping to be able to throw them on a secondary market and make a little bit of money off of them. So let's go ahead and look at the Aztec, and this is where the important information is going to be. So we're going to take a look at the Aztec. Hold on a second. Aztec. All right, hold on, it's not coming up. Hold on a second. All right, well, sorry about that. I think I lost my internet connection for just a second. Okay, so we are looking at the Aztec 1 ounce copper, and we'll look at the silver too. But the Aztec copper, if you care about the mintage, which a lot of us I know do, the mintage is 25,000. But the more important part is that they are still for sale. Now, I think a lot of us were under the impression that the sales were going to halt either January 31st or maybe February 1st after a 1 day of overlap of selling the first release and the second release. But it is now February 4th, and the copper is still for sale. Now, if we go take a look at the silver, let's see, and we can look at the, let's see, where's the silver one at? Let's see. All right, let's see, hold on. Let's type in Aztec silver. All right, well, it's not coming up. Well, okay, here we go. There's the silver. So the Aztec Dragon, the silver, has a mintage of 30,000 right there. And it said also on here that the Aztec, the 1 ounce silver Aztec round will be minted to demand. Once again, to demand. There's that word, to demand. So I was wondering why these are still for sale February 4th when we thought that they were going to stop they were going to be discontinued. Now, even though the wording doesn't say discontinued, that's how it happened in the past with the previous series. They were discontinued once the second series started. So I called Provident Metals customer service. They were super nice and really happy with their customer service department. And they said that they're doing things a little bit different than they did with the Four Horsemen series. And I think they did the Zombuk the same way as they did the Four Horsemen, but I didn't buy the Zombuk, so I'm not too sure how they did that series. But how they're doing it is they're forecasting what they think is going to be the demand, and they're minting ahead of time. And that's why we're still seeing them for sale. So, and they said they're doing it that way because they don't want any delays as far as shipping goes. But with having 25,000 for the copper and 30,000 for the silver is a really high mintage. So I don't think this series is going to do as well on the secondary market as I once thought before we found out what the mintage of it was. So, so I'm not sure if knowing this information will influence your decision going forward of how many or if any you're going to buy. I will probably still continue the series, but I might not buy, the 40 copper rounds that I bought previously. I'll probably just buy 3 of each. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that as to how many I'm actually going to purchase. But knowing what we know now, I think this is very important information, especially if you're planning on buying in bulk and hoping to be able to sell on the secondary market and make a little bit of money. Now, I mean, Provident is, they have every right to do what they're doing because they're in business to make money, not to make it popular on the secondary market for everybody else to make money. They're in business for Provident Metals to make money. So they have every right to do it the way they're doing it. I myself am a little disappointed that they're not actually minting to demand by sales. Rather, they're minting to what they believe is going to be the demand. So now they have an excess amount for sale. If I didn't say this previously, when I talked to their customer service, they actually have in stock right now for sale on their website, for sale through Provident Metals, 7,000 of the silver and 3,000 of the copper for the Aztec rounds. So they have plenty in stock, which is why I do not believe that these are going to be hot on the secondary market. Now, they could be later as, the third release comes up and the fourth release, maybe the copper rounds sell out, but 7,000 available for the silver at $18.45 or $19.22 if you're paying by PayPal or credit card. I believe 7,000 is quite a bit to try to sell out of, but of course this has 6. I believe what does this have? 6 rounds available in the series. Yeah, 1 of 6. So, I mean, there's plenty of time for the next releases to come out and more people to get involved in the series, and possibly the number 1 will gain popularity. But again, 30,000 for the silver and 25,000 for the copper is quite a bit. So, let me know what you guys think. Is this gonna influence or impact your decision on how many you're going to buy? Most people are just collecting them just to have, and which is what I'm doing, but I also bought extra in case there was a demand on the secondary market to put them up there. But let me know what you guys think. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that like button, like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to everybody on my next video. Hopefully this video was helpful. Thanks a lot, everyone. Talk to you on my next video.